Treehouse, Coach Mark here. Our 12 days of Treehouse. I'm going to talk to you guys today about rest and recovery. So, something you hear us coaches talk about, all the time. Getting enough rest. How's recovery going? So, what does that mean? What falls underneath rest and recovery? So now, breaking down what's involved in sleep, or sleep is next, in our recovery, let's talk about sleep. So, sleep deprivation can affect us physically. Insufficient sleep greatly reduces your recovery capacity and the capacity to do actual physical work inside and outside of the gym. So athletes who undergo intense training programs, you should be looking at sleeping 8, maybe more hours per day, and perhaps even adding a short nap after a training session to optimize that recovery. We can move on to, so these are just short little pieces, different headings under, rest and recovery. Of course, we could go on and on about sleep. Next, we'll focus on nutrition. Again, we can go on and on about nutrition. But the important pieces, right? Depends on what type of training and your duration of training justifies what your nutrition recovery should look like. The goals of recovery and nutrition are to appropriately refuel and rehydrate the body. So hydration, super important as well, right? Promote muscle repair and growth, and boost adaptation from the training session. So feeds the body so it can help it adapt to that training stimulus next time you do it. And to also support our immune function, right? Unlike myself, stay healthy, don't fight a bug where it's hard to train, hard to recover, all right? So proactive recovery nutrition is especially important if you're completing multiple training sessions a day. So in that case, you have to really focus, dial in your nutrition, make sure you're getting all the nutrients you need. Whereas if you're just training, a couple times a week, you may be able to get everything you need in your regular diet. No need to add any extra, supplemental nutrition. Heat and ice. So everybody has their thoughts on heat and ice. Applying heat and ice can provide relief from injury, aches and pains, but they shouldn't be used interchangeably. Okay, so generally speaking, ice works well after a sudden injury, while heat will help to soothe the muscles and aches and pains associated with that injury after the acute phase. Ice, the reason ice works is it narrows your blood vessels, which helps prevent blood from accumulating at the site of the injury, increasing inflammation. And this is why elevation is also helpful, right? So ice, elevate, it'll limit the amount of inflammation to that area and decrease your pain. So ice should be applied for 20 minutes or so, once an hour. You don't want to ice longer than this because you can actually damage the skin. You always want to make sure you have a barrier between your bare skin and the ice, so wrap it in a towel. And you want to protect from just overexposure to the ice. So for heat, muscle aches and pains, applying a heat pack will bring blood flow back to the area, and that's going to promote healing and soothes pain while increasing flexibility. So you're going to get that range of motion back. It's going to warm up your joints, be able to move better. So as the blood flow increases, so does the flow of oxygen and nutrients to the area while your waste materials are removed. All right. Heat, you can also use heat for joint pain or as a pre-workout warm-up. So hot gel packs or heated water bottles work well for this, and they don't pose any risk of magnetic field exposure. So some people use like heating pads and things like that, and they want to avoid the magnetic fields. Just use something as simple as a hot water bottle. And the pain that is chronic and does not involve swelling will respond well to heat. So if you have a chronic pain but it doesn't swell up, so think your knee, it's always aching but you don't get a big ballooned swollen knee, think heat to help bring blood flow to that area and decrease the pain. And you can also do alternating heat and ice. So with this strategy, you see physical therapists do it a lot. They apply heat for 20 minutes and then they follow immediately by 20 minutes of cold. So bringing in all the nice warmth and then keeping everything there, healing occurs, and then inflammation goes down again. All right, so the basics of heat and ice. And lastly, you hear us say it all the time, active recovery, active recovery. What's active recovery? So it's like your day off. It's even after a hard workout. So let's say you do, a really hard 10-minute workout. Rather than lie on the turf and do a few stretches, why don't you hop on the rower? Get on the bike, go for a little walk. It's this moving that's going to help remove waste, all that lactic acid build up from your muscles, and help you recover faster. So that's what we mean when we say active recovery, right? Get out, get moving, and recover. All right, Treehouse, thanks for your time, and hope if you have any questions about recovery, let us know. Thanks so much.